let's place some pins on our course. This is probably one of my favorite things to do. Pretty relaxing, and I find it fun. Other people find it tedious, but I'm a weirdo. So back in here, we're going to go to select operation. We're going to go to pins, and we need to decide what hole. I'm just going to show you one because this is pretty straightforward. So let's see what hole. This is that par 5 I just showed you, and here is the green for it. So this was hole 5. And we have 4 different types of pins. We have our Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You must place 4. You can't place 3, you can't place 2, you can't place 5. It must be 4, and they must be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Nothing you can do about that. Click generate, and then you're going to click down here. Now, I clicked just off the green, because if you click on here and it's too close to this purple marker you see here, sometimes it's hard to grab these. So just click just off the green, and then you can change the size of these. So here are my markers now. You can see my 4 markers, and they correspond to these down here. And you can see when I do this, I have my slope shows up in my in the various directions. So if I move this marker, the red marker down here, you can see I'm on a 21-degree slope. Yikes! That's pretty miserable for pin placement, but I'm not on the green either. Now, what I also do is come over here and turn on your stimp shadowing. And you can see when I do that, I always turn it up to 13 because I try to set my courses up, and you should too, so people can play them on a 13 stimp, okay? And this course, I know I did the greens they could. Now, if this shows up all red, you might need to lower this down a little bit to get like some more green areas, and you might have to concentrate your pins in particular areas in order to get them working correctly and that people don't get frustrated. If you've got too much slope on your green and it's all red, you might want to consider flattening it out. Otherwise, people are going to hit a ball on here and it's just going to roll off, and they're going to have a miserable time, and they're not going to want to play your course. Okay, so let me change this back up to 13, and maybe I'll show you another hole that's a better example because this doesn't have much red in it. And now what I do is I just move my pins around and place them in various spots, maybe a little strategery. Maybe I put my Sunday pins over here by the bunker. And then I have them all set up. I'm trying to think of a good, now if I move around here, I can see, here's a good one. This hole's a little tougher. And hopefully you don't hear that whooshing. That is my waterfall sound kicking in. And I think this is hole, oh geez, which hole is this? That's the 9th hole. Okay. So let me just zoom out here. Let me go to hole 9, hit generate, click right here. Now I didn't do my tees yet, so that's why there's no red marker here. And I'm gonna change the size here a little bit. Now in this case, I gotta be a little bit careful. I do not wanna put any of these in the red area. So you can see here that these are all white, which means they're good. However, if this blue one moves out into the red, that means for a 13 stimp, this is not a good pin placement, okay, if those are red. Now, if I change this to 10, and I move it in here, you can see for a 10, that's fine. But I bet if I change to 13, no, it's pretty close still on 13. 10, if I put here, okay, there we go. So there for a 10, it's not good. And now also what I can do is I can do this view pin data. Now I don't have all my pins set, but you can see on a quick glance here which holes and the max stimp that they are set on all those holes. Strive to go for 13. If you can't, and it's like a 12 or even 11, it's not the end of the world. You can make a recommended stimp, which I'll show you later in the course settings, but try to get a 13. Okay, if you cannot set a pin for a 10 or 11 stimp though, you need to flatten your greens, okay? Flatten them, go back into Unity, go back into your terrain, flatten them out, reconform your meshes, and fix them. Otherwise, it gets really frustrating for the golfers.